8, 9. The mountain is high, the valley is low, and you're confused which way to go. So I'll lead you into the promised land. So come on and take a free ride. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell that one here. Coming up real close, real quick. I'm going to sell the old girl. I got her unplugged right now. So that I can see if she's going to turn on one last time. Before we say goodbye. So the video I made a little bit earlier was totally crap and I got to erase it. But I want you to go with me down here so we can get a free ride. Yeah, we're going to get charged up. We're going to at least make an attempt and see if that old freaking Tesla ain't down there sucking up all the juice. You know what I mean? Let's go see. You think they'll be sucking up all the juice even on the weekday? I hope my phone don't fall down from up there. It probably, yeah, it will. It's real slippery. Yeah, so that tells you right there, you know they freaking, and I'll wash the windows when I get up there. They put freaking armor all over this shit right here. That's why the window's so foggy, right? That's why the window fogged up at night when you're trying to drive. I just put this beanie right there. That ought to keep her there. So how you doing? I saw one person pop in here real quick, and now they just pop right back out. I guess they don't like looking at good old California weather. See that bench right there? That's where I'm going to put the solar panels. Okay. I've got someone over in Lemoore who has 2 solar panels, but I need 3 solar panels because those are only 400 watt. There's another guy who's got 2 solar panels that would be kick-ass, butt kicking, and they'll put out, with 2 panels, it'll put out 1,200 watts. And he'll deliver them. So all that I'm waiting for is some money. Yeah, so I left this fence open. So the dude, because usually when the fence is closed, they'll just put the box right on the other side of the fence. So I was like, well, I just leave the fence open so that he can just walk up and leave it on the doorsteps there. And so he puts a freaking thing on there saying he moved. How freaking stupid. So that's not stupidity. That's a plot. So now, they're supposed to deliver it the next day, right? Today's Saturday. This little freaking weasel, whoever's doing this shit, is such a little freaking devil ass freaking weasel. It's obvious what he is. But anyhow, so now they're saying they're not going to deliver it till so like I'm going to really try and take off and go to Walmart, have something happen to one of the tires so that this idiot can feel like he's some kind of smart freaking idiot, right? He's a little freaking devil. And so anyway, so we're going to go up here and charge the car, or we're going to attempt to charge the car, because there's always a freaking Tesla down there sucking up all the juice and knocking the system out. And well, the other day I also saw BMW there So I'm gonna ride over there and see if I can get juiced up for free, right? Because the sun is shining. So I'm still in my sweats. I didn't put my pants on or nothing. I just wanted to run down here and see what's going on with the situation. Meanwhile, let me check my battery voltage here. Okay, wow, they're all freaking empty. I don't know what happened to my USB plug in here, but when I plugged in that three-way splitter, it freaking just knocked it out. It must have knocked out the fuse. How crazy is that? That is pretty freaking crazy. You know, I'm telling you, these devils, they all work together. Don't doubt it for a minute. And where is it? Yeah, as soon as I plugged this in, it knocked it out. It doesn't work now. I got that. It's a three-way splitter. You're not going to tell me that 3 telephones would knock the freaking 15 amp fuse out. And so I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't see a switch to turn it off and on. Let's get down there and get this thing charged up. I don't got my Leaf Spy on, but I would imagine I probably got like 5 kilowatts in here. So if the free charger is not available, then I'm just going to go ahead and go over to the Avenel High School and get charged up there. But it'd be nice if they'd fix this thing so that we could get charged up, because usually I mean, as it is right now, you can't charge 2 cars at the same time. One car can charge, but if it's one of these freaking Teslas with a 100 kilowatt hour battery in it, it's gonna freaking drain the whole system before anybody else even gets a chance to. Right? A 100 kilowatt hour battery will take 4 times. For one of those cars, you can charge 4 of these cars, but these cars, the car that I've got, it'll actually charge like about 6 of them, because the battery is degraded, so it only accepts 16. So do the math. 100 divided by 16. That's how many of these cars can be charged from one of those Teslas. That's why it's always draining the system. The system is weak as it is. The batteries need to be replaced, no doubt. And so if you replace the batteries, and even if it's a 24, they go in 8 kilowatt. Do the math. 100 divided by it's going to be draining the system all the time. That's why I'm saying it's either the mafia who's going over there, because there's never anybody sitting in the car. They just go out there, they plug it in the morning, and then at nighttime they go and pick it up. So they're doing it to discourage people from getting these cars and charging them for free. So who's the freaking suspects? It's your local gas stations, the mafia, and Big Oil. Okay? Big Oil controls the streets. That's how they control everything. If you read Snitch Culture by Jim Redden, you'll start to get a clue, an idea how they do this. This is the extraterrestrials, aka Lucifer and the fallen angels. You think they want there to be free energy? You think they want you to charge your car for free so you don't have to put gas in your car no more? Get a freaking clue. Why do you think they're staging these freaking cars out there 24/7? So we're going to go over there right now. Broken glass right here so somebody can get a flat tire. Okay, so so we're gonna go out there and I'll let you see it for yourself what's going on here. let's punch her up. Here we go. I know the sun's right shining. So let me turn this back around. I know the signal gets a little bit weak right there. So, yeah, I thought it was going to be freezing in there all weekend long. And luckily that other heater fired up. So I should probably go back out a little bit in a little while and get some more diesel fuel for it. And in the meantime, I'll order another glow plug for $15 because a new heater, they're, 89 bucks for a new heater. This is the third one I've ordered. Because doing 61 this Saturday morning. It's Valentine's Day, St. Valentine's Day, and coming into the city of Avenel, California, where we have a Beam EV Arc solar power station, standalone electric vehicle charger. And it's level 2, 5,000 watts, 5 or 6,000 watts, and it's plug and play for free. So I'm going to go down here and charge my car real quick. If the cars aren't sitting there, which they probably are, and there will be nobody in the car. They just plug them in the morning and then leave them there all day long and come back at night, so that you cannot charge your car for free. That's a freaking Tesla. Okay, this car will accept up to 50 kilowatts if you wanted to do that. If you wanted to charge it fast, it will go up to 50 kilowatts, but it's gone up to 40 kilowatts. Okay, I've charged it on a fast charger, but a Tesla will go up to 300 kilowatts. It will charge 300 kilowatts. That's fast charging. If you can afford a $50,000 Tesla, you can afford to charge the damn thing. They have these chargers everywhere. When you're coming in here from Fresno or Hanford, they have freaking fast chargers. You don't have to charge your car every day. So why are they plugging in their car here every day? They can go to a supercharger and charge that freaking car for 25 minutes and it'll be freaking juiced up for a week. It holds a lot more energy than this does. This one only holds 16. It holds 100. So you know who's behind it. So let's go pull in here and see what's going on. Turn this thing around here. Okay, looks like there's nobody here, so we'll get to charge the car up for free. Yeah, nobody here. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so I'll just go over here on this side. And I'm gonna actually get over here so that the sun will warm it up. It's still a little bit cold in here. So I'm gonna park on this side. Right over here. That way to warm it up in here because it's cold. Turn this off. Open the lid. We'll plug the boy in. You think they ran off because I was online? I see you in here. Someone. I have to turn the car on to charge these things up. You think they were here and took off running? Because they knew we were coming to the live stream? What's up, Hernandez? Miguel? Josh? Just? What's up, everyone? So, we're getting charged up, and I can't read my kilowatts because I'm making a live stream. So, so is everybody up to speed? Let me check. Let me turn this on. That way I'll just monitor up here when I get up to like 56 miles. I'll take off. I'm sitting at 26 miles right now. And so, yeah, we're charging up the car for free. That's like getting free gasoline for your ICE engine, which they just, you know, set back all the stuff that Obama did, Obama and Biden, how they were trying to clean up the environment, you know, like the rest of the world is trying to clean up the environment. The rest of the world is almost 100%. Places around the world are almost up to 100% clean energy. It's United States looting this place. These devils. These people used to pour hot tar on men, women, and kids, children, toddlers, are these same freaking psychopaths doing this crap right now. But it's only going to be to their demise. I heard this on Mother Trucker, that they had rolled back this crap. So, you know, you got all these people, you got these truckers who are like, yeah, we get rid of the deaf, you know, because they don't like the deaf because they have to keep the system running good for it to put out cleaner emissions coming out of the tailpipe. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's the freaking stupidest thing you could ever freaking imagine. Go into the parking lot when all them trucks are freaking running in the summertime. Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas to the Pilot Travel Center that's right there in Dallas in summer when all them freaking trucks are out there running and you're sitting in here breathing that shit. Right? It's just like a billow of freaking pollution and CO2 gas. You can't even sleep. You'll keep waking up from the CO2. And it's been so bad in some places, especially like if it's snow, the stuff, the pollution, all the exhaust doesn't even lift, it just billows in there. It's been so bad that I was in the cab one time and you shine a flashlight and you can see smoke is in the cab because some trucks, they have a thing on the bottom of their truck where it blows out the oil, the smoke oil from the engine. It blows out smoke underneath the truck, and that smoke comes out because the trucks are close to each other, right? They're in there like sardines in some places. So when that smoke comes out, it goes underneath your truck and into your cab. And because your bed is just like on top of it's like a toolbox. It's just a box in there, and then you have your two side doors, and all that pollution just comes right in through there and right into your cab. And so not only that, but in the old days, back in the day, all the trucks used to have their mufflers. The mufflers come underneath the truck, and they go up. That's why you could see them blowing black smoke. Black smoke would be billowing out of them because the mufflers were high so that you don't breathe the crap, right? They put the mufflers up. They're like um 8 feet in the air. No, 12 feet. They're like 12 feet in the air. And now some freaking devil took because they started using the DEF, but he says, well, since the air is getting cleaner off the DEF, which now they just freaking trashed it. Now they're billowing out that black shit again. And he said, well, some freaking devil took the mufflers off and just blow the shit underneath the truck. So all that freaking exhaust is coming out beneath the truck. So it blows out beneath the truck and right into the cabs of the trucks that are right next beside it, going straight into your sleeper where you're supposed to be in there sleeping. When it's really super cold, all those diesel trucks got their engines running. Okay? Some of them will have their engine running in the same spot for 34 hours. This is called doing a reset. You have to do a reset before you can start moving. But when you park, you're going to be parked there for 10 hours. So your truck is going to be running for 10 hours. All them trucks you see out there in the parking lots, they're all running. Okay? And this is what feeds the beast. This is what they love. They're polluting the air 24/7. And now it's even worse because they're putting out more pollution. Now the black shit's going to start coming out. But still, it blows this stuff underneath the cab. And these people are saying, yeah. The truckers, they're saying, good, they got rid of the DEF. And they're going to be breathing that shit in. Right? And they think that they're looking out for the trucker. They don't give a damn about the trucker. They're going to rake the money in later on off the trucker. Off you being not well. So it's just going to be to their own demise, them tearing the stuff, because basically what they're doing, the United States, basically what they're doing is they are taking a doo-doo on dear Mother Earth. That's what they're doing. So you think God is going to be happy about that? When everybody else around the world is cleaning up their act to save Mother Earth? Look what they done to the lakes. You can't even eat the fish out of the lakes from what they done to it. They're just messing everything up. This is Lucifer on earth. Lucifer on earth is jealous that God made this place for the humans, for them to enjoy it. That's why Lucifer is steadily trying to F the place up. He's trying to destroy it. Lucifer and the fallen angels. You can read about them in The Biggest Secret by David Icke. Particularly go to chapter 16 and you'll see what's going on. These freaking devils are running the show. Here comes another car. So we're up to 29 miles so far. We started charging at 8:45. I'm just checking my signal. I got the car turned on, so this thing should be charging. Okay. So have you seen all these things? All these shows that they're coming out? They're coming out with the real shows of all the stuff that's going on. I mean, they're telling everything, and each one is a different channel. Like this one that's on here right now, it's called Inspector Ted. And there's all kinds of different crimes and things like this. But they had to, because Hollywood couldn't compete with reality. So now they're showing you the real stuff on YouTube. Let me see who else is on here. There's nobody in here. There's nobody in here. There's nobody in here. Yeah, nobody in here. So, we're charging here for free. I'll show you the setup. It's not working right, but it'll charge one car. It'll put out 5,000 watts when the sun is shining. But that's not enough to charge two cars. To charge two cars, you need 10,000 watts, 5,000 watts each. And so you need a battery backup system. And what you really need is to put a 3-hour charging limit here to stop these freaking mafia, whoever these people are who are bringing Teslas out here, Teslas and BMWs, parking them here in the morning, first thing in the morning, and leaving them here all day long, nobody in the car, and then they come back and pick them up at nighttime. This is the freaking mafia. They don't want you charging. They don't want the poor people charging their car for free. They want you to go down there and pump gas. They want you to go down there and buy some of their freaking gas. That's why they're doing it. Okay, so let me show you this setup right here. This setup actually, they have these. I don't know if they're all free or not, but they were deployed into low-income communities, and Fresno County in particular had 8 of them. They still have the ones that are for the county, the charges the county vehicles. Those are still all working, but they deployed 8 of them to Fresno County into low-income communities for the low-income people, because the low-income people have not caught on to electric vehicles. The whole system is rigged against them. Low-income people, it's not low-income people friendly, okay, the way it is set up. And anyhow, one of these chargers here, this is what I want to build. I want to build one of these, okay, because it's not plugged into anything. It runs off pure solar power. This is free energy. Charging vehicles free with free energy, also known as solar power. And so I want to build one of these at home 5 times smaller. Okay, it's only going to cost me $1,000 to build it. That's why I'm trying to sell my car. And because it's taken too long to build it. They're keep attacking by a lot of different ways. Okay? And not only spiritually, but there's idiots out there who don't want this system to be exposed, because they're used to people rolling the red carpets out for them, putting on a facade that they are some kind of freaking macho man, right? When they're anything but. And while this system right here costs $70,000, this one here, but some of them cost in between $60,000, $65,000. This one here costed $70,000. I looked it up online. And they deployed these all in Fresno County and all through the whole California. They deployed 200 of them. But for some strange reason, they particularly attacked Kern County, which is Bakersfield, and especially Fresno County, because in Fresno County, they shut down 100% of all of the units they deployed. They deployed 8 of them in Mendota, Firebaugh, Sanger, Selma, Fowler, Orange Cove, and Reedley and Parlier. And they shut down every last one of them. They're shut down right now. They're just sitting out there, shut down. When the city paid $65,000 for these units, and nobody even knows what the hell's going on. The people don't know that they deployed these so that they could take advantage of them. Like I'm taking advantage right now. I'm charging at 5,000 watts. The price of our electricity, if I was doing this at home, it cost me $3 an hour. So I'm charging right now at $3 an hour for free. And so I told you that the reason why I think Fresno was targeted in particular, you have to understand why Orange Man has a special kind of hate for these communities. These communities, this is, in my opinion, this is a theory. I'm guessing, okay? These communities are basically 99.8% Hispanic. The community I'm sitting in right now is 99.8% Hispanic. If you don't believe it, come down here and look at the school. Look at the people who are going to the school. Do you think people of other nationalities feel comfortable here, or would you say this is a racist place? You think they make them feel comfortable? Okay? These communities are basically 99% Hispanic. All of these communities that I named, except for Selma. I think Selma might have a little different percentage. You can check it out yourself. Check them all. Say demographics, and it'll tell you. But even the demographics here, well, the best way to do it is go look at the town, right? Go look at the people who are there. And so I told you that you would have to understand why Orange Man has a special kind of hate for this community, okay? And to understand that special kind of hate, you can go to YouTube and type in pigs, 3 different ones, live in Mexico City, okay? This was a concert by the rock and roll band Pink Floyd, okay? Pink Floyd sang that song, Another Brick in the Wall. Remember, we don't need no education. He also sung that song, Money, it's a hit. Don't give me that do good bullshit. And so it's a popular rock and roll band. He had this song. It was called Pigs, 3 different ones. And they performed this song in Mexico City. And it was recorded live. Go watch that performance, and then you'll see why Orange Man has a special kind of hate for this community. Okay, so let me show you this, where I'm charging up for free. I hope the signal hangs in there, because the phone, that's the one. I'm using this as a Wi-Fi. But this is the system. You see the solar panels up there? This is the system here, and it charges 2. It's a standalone system, and it's a standalone system. And you can see the solar panels. I actually looked at the numbers that are. These are 360 watt panels, so you got 12 of them. So it puts out a little bit over 5,000 watts, and that's what it's putting out right now. is about 5,000 watts, and you can see here it's free. It looks like it looks like you need to use a card, right? It's not. You just plug in. You plug and play. You see the light turning green right there? Can you see the light shining green? Yeah, it's plug and play. You just plug it in and it starts charging. But it tells you if that light turns on right there, that means the batteries are low. So that tells you that there's batteries inside there. And so this thing was put here in 2020. That's when they deployed 100 of them all through California. It's a standalone system, and this thing actually folds down. See where it's at right there? That folds down, and then it folds down here too. It folds down and it stands up about 7 feet high. So I'm about 5. So it stands about that high. And there's a little trailer that they haul around with just a regular pickup truck. And that trailer comes down and it has hydraulics on it. And it can lift this thing up and move it anywhere. So it's a standalone system. And you can see it tracks the sun. It's tracking the sun right now. The sun's right up there. And it's tracking the sun and it's pumping out 5,000 watts right now. So usually there will be a car parked right here and a car parked right there, sucking up all the juice. It knocks the system down, and they're there all day long with no people in them. And then this light will illuminate, saying that the batteries are low, so you can't use it. So they're supposed to come out here and service this thing too, but still, it's not going to do you no good if you have 2 cars sitting here with 100-watt battery packs in them, no people in them, and the car sitting there from sun up to sundown. At nighttime, they come and they pick the cars up. Let's see there. It says no parking between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So it should be 10 p.m. That would be better. Unless, they could nip this in the bud, then I could see that's, good hours. But yeah. So thanks for tuning in. And I'm up to 36 miles already, so I'll just continue to get charged up here for a while. But I got to turn this phone off so that I can read my Leaf Spy, so that I can see exactly how many watts it's charging up at. It says it's charging at 6,000, so over 3,000. So yeah. So are you up to speed? Have you watched the documentary? This is an old documentary. It was called Who Killed the Electric Car? Please, you have watched the electric car. Who Killed the Electric Car? Here's the DVD. Okay, it was by Chris Payne. He's the one who made it. And it'll tell you the whole history, how these people have been from day one trying to kill the electric car, especially in the United States. Other places like Norway, Sweden, they're already 100% electric. The biggest city in China is almost 100% electric vehicles. Everybody's buying up these electric vehicles, and now they're coming to Canada. The only ones who are forbidden to have these dependable, affordable cars, the only ones who are forbidden from them are the Americans. Okay? The American citizens, from your corrupt bozo government who's protecting Tesla, because these low affordable cars they can run on free energy, which is solar power. Okay. And they are hell bent on keeping this dinosaur technology, air polluting piles of crap, to keep making money off of them. So they've been trying to put this thing out from day one, and this will tell you all about it. Okay. This documentary is called Who Killed the Electric Car? Okay, so make sure you watch that documentary. Mel Gibson is in it, and there's some other people. And it's strange because there used to be this one person, and he used to do these shows. It started out on PBS. I used to watch that show a lot. And I forgot his name. I don't know his name, but he used to do these shows. It was called California's Gold. If you do search, you'll see all these. He used to go all up and down California showing different little small towns that nobody knows about. And it was called California's Gold. And he wasn't very, he was still young. He was like in his 50s, I think. And I don't know how, but on one of his shows, and you'll see him on this movie, Who Killed the Electric Car? You'll see him. He's over in Arizona. I don't know how the hell he got to Arizona, or was it California? I don't remember. Maybe it was California. And he showed brand new cars being freaking chopped up into a million pieces. And he was like, why are they chopping these cars? He says, it seems like would be a nice car to have. They were trying to, that was General Motors doing it. They were trying to kill the electric car. They took these cars away from the people, including Mel Gibson. They wouldn't let them keep the cars because they wanted to stomp it out. And you'll see it in this. But anyhow, that guy who recorded that and showed it, he is no longer with us. So I suspect there's some funny business going on there. You'll see them on here when they chop that car into a million tiny little pieces. Okay? And you'll see it on there. And please tell me that you've watched the documentary Thrive. What on earth will it take? This was a documentary put out about a decade ago. It's kind of hard to keep track of the time. A decade or 2 decades ago. It's actually a billionaire couple, married couple, Foster and Kimberly Gamble, who actually produced this documentary and are actually trying to save the planet. You'll see all this stuff that I'm talking about on this documentary. Then you will be up to speed on what's really going on. Okay? It's called Thrive. What on earth will it take? And it's subtitled. That means the closed captioning where it writes what is being said. It is subtitled in every language under the sun. Okay? That means if you speak Chinese, Tagalog, German, Italian, Norwegian, Dutch, it's all subtitled in all of these different languages. Okay? So, you got someone who just pulled up over here, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you'd be parking here, but yeah, this is a documentary. Will bring you up to speed. Like I said, they're billionaires, the ones who put it out there. So this is the exception rather than the rule. Okay, because 99% of them could care less. And they're, in my opinion, they're Lucifer and the fallen angels. Okay? And to watch a documentary on that is a different story. Okay, now, also, for you people who read books, surely you have read New York Times best-selling book, 26 weeks straight in a row. He exposed all of this stuff and more. Particularly, you know what's going on right now? They had this one kid who shot up some stuff. I don't know what he did, but he actually exposed this and exposed that 80% of all these kids who are doing this crap, going out and plowing down churches, their schools, 80% are on something, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because these mofos are some real freaking devils. Okay? Hence, why do you think they threw him in jail for 10 years on a bogus freaking contempt of court charge? The longest sentence ever given to anyone in United States history, and mainstream media didn't say a word about it. It was given to him. 10 years in prison for a bogus contempt of court charge. The real reason, in my opinion, is because he exposed all these freaking devils in this book. Okay? It was New York Times best-selling book, sold over like millions and millions of copies. It also had, this was the expanded version, right? It's the same book basically. And so for you people who don't like to read books, you can actually get it for dirt cheap on CDs so that you can listen to it in your car. It comes on a 12 CD set and they're dirt cheap. Back in the day, in today's prices, what these used to go for back in the day would have been like close to $59 these days. Right now, you can get them dirt cheap on eBay. Go in there and you'll see what I mean. You can even get used copies. I think they have them on Amazon too, used. I think it's easier to get them on eBay. I'm not sure. Check around. But it's 12 CDs, and you just take the CD, and the author himself, this guy right there, he's a lot older now. This was, what, 25 years ago? The author himself sits here and reads the book to you, word for word, on this 12 CD set. And I'll just give you an example here. Is there one in there? No. Okay.
So, based on personal experience, reading thousands of pages of documents and hearing the firsthand accounts from virtually thousands and thousands of people in healthcare practice around the world, I've come up with what I believe to be the cause of virtually all sickness and disease in the body. Only two reasons why a person becomes ill. Number one, they catch something. This means your body picked up a germ.
Okay,
generally a virus or a bacteria.
Let me scoop ahead.
This is the end of the CD. This is the end of the... So, based on personal experience, So
that CD, let me see, that's CD number 4. Let me show you this CD here. I think it's 6 or 7. I think it's going to be 7. Okay. Let me put this one in here. I think this is the disc where he talks about those kids and what they're on.
Number 28. Drink absolutely no diet sodas.
That's why they
diet sodas have been called the new crack because
that's why they went after him. That and all the other stuff that he exposes. Okay? And so you can pick up this audio CD and listen to it when you're driving, and especially if you're a truck driver, if you have a CD player. You can listen to it, and if you're listening to it at home, I know a lot of people don't listen to CDs, right? Everything's digital on iPods or whatever you call it. But if you listen to this, when you start to find out all the stuff that he reveals in here, you will get freaking steaming mad when you find out what they've been doing to your ass. poisoning your ass. The people are finally starting to catch on to it now. The United States is like the late ones to the party. Europe is already way, way ahead of the game, and there's a lot of reasons why. And so be sure you check this out on audio if you don't read books. Okay, you can pick it up on eBay for dirt cheap, and that way you'll be up to speed on what we're talking about. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We're up to 48 miles now, and I'm just going to let it get up to 56. Let it get up to 56 miles. I think I need to charge this one. Almost. And then we'll be good to go. Yeah. It's getting charged up off solar energy. Who'd have thought? And so stay tuned, and I will keep you up to date with more stuff, what's going on. You know, today's Valentine's Day, and I was planning on going shopping at Walmart, but you know, Murphy's Law. If I attempt to go up there and something happens to the tire, if I have another blowout, then I'm going to use up the last towing that I have. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because my membership is about to renew anyway in March. And but you know, I ordered that spare tire so that, you know, I could run up there and do this shopping. So, you know, that's probably what to do, but you know, it's just a few things that I need from up there anyway. You know, like the organic pickles, you can only get those at Walmart. And the kombucha, you can only get that at Walmart. And, you know, I've been buying everything organic. And so cauliflower and broccoli, and then my pasture raised eggs, all this you can only get at Walmart. You can't get this in a little town like here. So, and I need some coconut oil, and they're all sold out on coconut oil at Family Dollar Store. They've been sold out for like 3 weeks. So I have to go to Walmart to get the coconut oil because I've been using that. I actually ran out last night, and I had to use the pig lard, which is called tallow. I got a big old bucket of tallow because this person who I just showed you, Kevin Trudeau, he actually came out and said that pig lard is actually good for you, right? So I don't want to go hog wild on it, but you know, I did cook the refried beans, which I'm out of refried beans. I forgot to pick some up last night. I cooked the refried beans, and it completely changes the taste on them. From cooking them with just regular coconut oil. And so yeah, so I've got to go up there to get all this stuff. And you know, so I just take off from here. They do have a fast charger up there, but that fast charger, I think it takes out either 25 or $50 because the fast charger in Lemoore Lemoore is supposed to be a rich town, or at least a middle class town. It's a military town. You have people from all around the nation and all around the world who are in the military who live in Lemoore. And you only have, for the whole community, you only have 2 chargers in that whole town. They have one spot that has 2 of these, just like I'm charging right here. They have one of these and a fast charger sitting right next to it, which the fast charger has never worked on this car. The Chadmo has never worked. I've seen other people charging their cars there, but I don't think they're using Chadmo. They're using CCS. And so they have 2 chargers, which are level 2, and that Chadmo. And then they have one more location, which is at, like, this used to be a bank, used to be Bank of America. Now they turned it into some kind of health spa or something. And it has 2 outlets, level 2, just like this where I'm charging here. And I'm supposedly supposed to be free. I've never seen that place available. It always has a Tesla there charging up. And the one time that there was actually a spot open, I went into the spot, went out there and tried charging the car. The whole freaking cable was completely freaking in shambles. If it was to start charging and a kid came by there and grabbed a hold of it, that would be a huge freaking lawsuit for gross negligence, gross criminal negligence. And that's it. 4 level 2s, one does not work, has never worked. You got 3 level 2 chargers and 1 fast charger in the whole town. That's 4 chargers. Right here in this little town, we have 4 chargers. The next town over, Hanford, California, it's about 8 miles from Lemoore. They have dozens of chargers. So why is the community of Lemoore being subjected to such negligence by their city officials? I don't even know where their city offices are. Hanford, you can see they got great big giant government offices. But where's our Lemoore's at? Lemoore is a big city. They have Jack in the Box, Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, Burger King, Domino's, Louisiana Chicken, 2 donut shops, but yet they only have 4 chargers for electric cars, less than we have, or the same that we have in this little town. That's crazy. There should be at least 10 chargers in that town. It's totally freaking stupid. Now, out on the base, on the military base, they have some chargers out there. That's 10 miles down the freeway, and that's only available to people in the military. You can't get on base to access these chargers that they have on base. But the community, the citizens of Lemoore, are being freaking ripped off. And so anyway, if it did work, I could take off over there, then fast charge, then take off down to Walmart, do my shopping, get some ice for the ice chest, and then go over to the chargers there in Hanford and top up and make it back, because on the way back, it's uphill. So I barely make it back here with, 6 miles left, which is like 2 kilowatts. I only got 16 kilowatts. On the way down there, I'll end up over there in Hanford with 30 miles still left to go, because it's from here. People can't tell, but it's downhill. So on the way back, it's uphill. So I get over there with 30 extra miles, but when I get back up here after I've charged up, topped off completely, I get back over here with about 6 miles, 7 miles to spare. So I can't come over the hill, because to come up over the hill, I have to go all the way around on flat land. But if I come over the hill, it takes 2 kilowatts to get to the top of the hill. Then when you start coming back down, it comes into town off the hill. And by the time you get to the bottom of the hill, you're charged back up again. You got a few miles extra. But you need that, because it takes up like 8 miles to go 3 miles. It takes 2 kilowatts to make it to the top of the hill. So if I get out there with less than 2 kilowatts, which is supposed to be 8 miles, it's only 3 miles to the top of the hill, and you can basically coast into town. I won't make it to the top of the hill. And so if I could charge in Lemoore, if they would frickin' work, the last times I've been there, I've had to turn around and go all the way back to Hanford to charge. But if they would actually frickin' work once in a while, then I could charge up in Lemoore and I can make it over here no problem. Go right up over the hill and come right back into here and frickin' charge up full charge for free right here at 5,000 watts. 5 kilowatts. But anyhow, this is almost finished charging, so I just wanted to show you that I came out here and charged my car for free today, because there's no Teslas here and no BMWs sucking up all the juice with their 100 kilowatt hour batteries. If you can afford to buy a $50,000 Tesla, or a freaking, I don't know how much those BMWs cost, you can afford to take your ass down to Harris, and it'll charge your whole freaking car 100 freaking kilowatts with a supercharger, 300 kilowatt supercharger. It'll charge your freaking car in 15 or 25 minutes. Instead of sitting here sucking up all the juice so the poor people can't come out here and charge a little 16 kilowatt hour battery, because they're parked out here 24/7. The only reason why they're not here today is probably because it's Saturday and it's Valentine's Day. But there's never anybody in the car. They just park it there in the morning, and it starts draining the system till it finally kicks the system off, and that car is sitting there, sometimes 2. Nobody in the cars. They park them there in the morning, and they come and pick them up at night to make damn well certain no freaking low-income people get a chance to come out here and charge their cars, because they're shutting the unit down. Okay? So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later.